Can we communicate with the bots telepathically? EBs have the telepathic ability to communicate with animals and humans. Despite this, telepathic communication with the bots poses a challenge since we need a document to help us fully understand their being. The death has provided me with historical information on Inspector Mastima, Priestess Atha, and Commander Bartzabel. I shared these details in earlier videos, and with this in mind, you can understand why my previous attempt at contacting Bartzabel was unfruitful. Fortunately, a recent breakthrough motivated me to create this interview. The former commander of the Bots Mars station told me that he still resides on the same planet, but he occasionally visits our world to indulge in earthly pleasures. He seems to enjoy his visits so much that he's considering relocating to Earth. I asked him to go into detail about the bots and the purpose of their agenda concerning Earth EBs. Bartzabel informed me that the bots is a group of EBs that, motivated by desires to dominate other souls in a godly manner, turned Earth into a prison planet. They found amusements inflicting conflicts, chaos, and pain for Earth EBs. Bartzabel said he wants to continue carrying out Earth missions for the bots. He despises enlightenment and instead glorifies his existence as a bot soldier. The brief conversation with Bartzabel sparked more questions. Where is the current gang of bots located? How did they escape the old Empire's home planet? Bartzabel answered that some bots are present on Earth and masquerade as humans. Thus, the domain intends to identify such individuals and uproot their Earth-based operations by 2050. In addition to eliminating their existence, the domain is focused on destroying any remaining occult screens and restoring Earth as a free agent. Is there a connection between the ongoing events in the United States and the bots or deaf? The bots borrowed certain aspects of leadership from the old empire, such as taxing the citizenry and enforcing mass brainwashing through the introduction of various cultures and religions. This approach transformed Earth EBs into docile and obedient subjects. Recent Earth history shows how taxes were used as a punitive measure against a particular group or community of Earth EBs. Freedom of speech was replaced with monitoring and fines. Enlightenment and personality. A majority of people cannot identify or distinguish enlightenment from personality. Enlightenment is a person's ability to accept or comprehend events that occur in their life. Personality is your traits based on the total events you've experienced. To be happy in this 3D world, you have to work on your personality and eliminate all trauma consciously. The one way to help you is to look at triggers differently. Sadness and suffering come when a person hasn't dealt fully with issues resulting from negative life occurrences, which mostly happened in our childhood. Because of our wounds, we tend to get into romantic relationships that border on toxic because we are unhealthy. The pattern repeats itself and leads to the bitter question, why do I keep on attracting people who end up leaving, or using, or hurting me? A mirror is necessary to help you see the triggers within you that lead to repeated unpleasant relationships. For instance, you meet someone who finds you attractive, and they want to spend more time together. All seems to be going well until you experience a moment that triggers your unresolved issues originating from childhood abandonment. By definition, triggers are reactions to things and people that are already programmed. You will act like a robot. Similar to a programmer who programs a button that, upon a click from the end user, will execute some programming codes to produce some results. This button will keep triggering the existing programming codes indefinitely until the programmer changes the programming codes. When you keep reacting the same with different people, places, and things, they are your hidden triggers. If you were abandoned as a child, the thing to watch out for is the feeling of undeserving. If a parent supposed to love a child leaves it, perhaps the child feels unworthy of love. This unworthiness of love spills over into all other relationships. More often than not, you will push the one that you love the most out of your life. You repel love, you repel attachment and indecision in love, and in turn, you will also attract partners who are afraid of commitment and emotionally unavailable, or they can't make a decision when it comes to you. Suppose this is what you are experiencing. Rejoice because you have probably seen one of the biggest triggers of your life. And you know what? Now you are ready for true love. Armed with this knowledge, recall and embrace all triggers and adverse events that followed you in your different relationships, as all those encounters, however painful, will enable you to mold a spectacular version of yourself. Are tarot card evil and directed by demons? Demons use numerous strategies and tools to lower humans spiritually. If demons use tarot cards, could angels be using them as well? Pay attention to the following information concerning collective readings. Astrology contains 12 signs, and knowing the exact energies a tarot reader sees or experiences when reading a particular sign is impossible. Please allow me to illustrate. Let's assume you're an Aries and share the same zodiac sign with your lover. You both decide to get a collective tarot reading concerning your future as a couple. You might get a result, however, due to the tarot reader's intention, you might receive a collective reading meant for an Aries and Taurus couple. The randomness of information from tarot card readings varies and changes due to our and others' free will. Even the tarot card reader is extraordinary. You, in the end, are the ultimate creator of your life.